Hello, Miss Thinker here. Your daily source for mind-blowing facts, forgotten history, and powerful motivation. Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered if we're truly alone? What if I told you that back in 1977, for just 72 seconds, we might have heard from someone else? This is the story of the WOW signal, one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. It all began on a quiet night, August 15, 1977, at Ohio State University's Big Ear Radio Telescope. This colossal instrument was patiently listening to the cosmos, part of a project called SETI, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. Its job was to scan the sky for radio signals that stood out from the natural background noise of space signals that could, just maybe, be a message from another civilization. A young astronomer named Jerry Emin was volunteering on the project. A few days after the observation, he was reviewing the data printouts. Most of it was just what you'd expect, a random jumble of numbers and letters representing the faint cosmic static. But then something leaped off the page. A sequence of characters, 6EQJ5. To you and me, that might look like gibberish. But to an astronomer working on SETI, it was electrifying. The system used letters and numbers to represent the intensity of a radio signal. A 1 was very weak, a 9 was stronger, and then the alphabet from A to Z represented even higher intensities. So what Jerry saw was a signal that started weak, grew incredibly strong, peaking at U, which is over 30 times stronger than the background noise, and then faded away. The signal lasted for exactly 72 seconds. This wasn't just a random blip. The Big Ear telescope had a fixed design. As the Earth rotated, its view swept across the sky like a searchlight. Any signal from a fixed point in deep space would appear, grow stronger as it passed through the center of the telescope's beam, and then fade as it moved away. The 72-second duration of the 6EQUJ5 signal was the exact amount of time the telescope would take to scan over a point source in space. It was a perfect match. A man was so stunned by what he saw that he circled the sequence in red ink and wrote a single word in the margin: WOW. And that's how the signal got its legendary name. So what made the WOW signal so special? It wasn't just its strength or its duration. It was also the frequency. It was detected at around 1420 MHz. This frequency is incredibly significant. It's known as the hydrogen line, or the 21-centimeter line. Hydrogen is the most abundant element in the universe, and it naturally emits radio waves at this very specific frequency. Scientists have long theorized that if an intelligent civilization wanted to send a message across the vastness of space, this hydrogen line would be the perfect cosmic water cooler. It's a universal, naturally occurring frequency that any technologically advanced species would likely discover. It's like an intergalactic calling card, a frequency everyone in the cosmos would know to check. And the WOW signal was smack dab in that quiet, protected part of the radio spectrum. It was like someone was calling on a channel they knew we'd be listening to. The signal appeared to come from the direction of the constellation Sagittarius, near a group of stars called Chi Sagittari. This area of the sky is dense with stars, but there are no obvious sun-like stars right in the signal's path. The mystery deepened. Immediately, excitement surged through the astronomical community. Jerry Emin and his colleagues tried to find it again. They pointed the Big Ear back at that same patch of sky, hoping to get another hello. They listened, and they heard nothing. Silence. They tried again the next night and the night after. For months and then years, astronomers all over the world have aimed powerful telescopes at that spot. Over 100 different attempts have been made. No one has ever heard that signal again. This is the core of the mystery. A true extraterrestrial beacon would likely be repeatable. A civilization trying to make contact wouldn't just shout into the void once and then go silent forever. So if it wasn't aliens, what could it have been? Scientists have proposed all sorts of explanations. Could it have been a signal from Earth that bounced off a piece of space debris and back into the telescope? It's possible, but highly unlikely. A bounced signal would typically be much weaker, and it wouldn't have the perfect profile of a deep space source passing through the telescope's beam. What about a natural but previously unknown astronomical phenomenon, maybe a rare type of pulsar or a flaring star? Again, possible, but the signal didn't have the characteristics of any known natural source. It was a narrow band signal, meaning it was focused on a very specific frequency. Natural signals are usually broadband, spread out across many frequencies. The narrowness of the WOW signal strongly suggested an artificial origin. For decades, the mystery remained completely unsolved. It was the gold standard for a potential SETI detection, a tantalizing puzzle that refused to be cracked. Then, in 2017, a new theory emerged that made headlines everywhere. A researcher named Antonio Paris proposed that the signal could have been caused by a comet, or more specifically, the hydrogen cloud surrounding a comet as it passed in front of the telescope. He identified two comets, designated 266P Christensen and 335P Gibbs, that were in the right part of the sky at the right time, though they weren't discovered until long after 1977. The idea was that as a comet gets closer to the sun, the solar radiation causes its icy nucleus to release a massive cloud of hydrogen gas. This cloud could have drifted into the Big Ear's path and produced a signal at the hydrogen line frequency. It seemed like a plausible, if less exciting, explanation. However, the scientific community quickly pushed back. Astronomers who worked on the original Big Ear project, including Jerry Emmon himself, pointed out major flaws in the comet theory. First, comets are not known to emit strongly at that specific narrow frequency. Second, a comet's hydrogen cloud would be enormous and diffuse. It wouldn't create the sharp, focused, point-like signal that was detected. The signal rose and fell sharply over 72 seconds, exactly as a distant fixed-point source would. A giant nearby cloud would have produced a much broader, longer-lasting signal. And finally, if a comet was the cause, why haven't we detected similar signals from the thousands of other comets that have passed through telescope beams since? The comet theory, while clever, just doesn't quite fit the data. So where does that leave us? We're back to square one. The WOW signal remains the most compelling candidate for an extraterrestrial signal ever detected. It ticks all the right boxes: the right strength, right duration, the right frequency, and the right shape. Its one fatal flaw is that it was a one-time event, a ghost in the machine, a whisper in the dark that was never repeated. Jerry Emmon, the man who discovered it, remains cautiously optimistic but scientifically skeptical. He believes it was most likely extraterrestrial in origin, but without a second detection, we can never be sure. It could have been an alien probe passing through our solar system, a powerful beacon from a distant star system that we just happened to catch for a fleeting moment, or even some form of interstellar lighthousing that sweeps past our planet only once every few decades. The story of the WOW signal is a powerful reminder of how vast and mysterious the universe is. It represents our deepest hope and our greatest frustration in the search for life beyond Earth. It was a moment of pure, unadulterated wow. A glimpse of something extraordinary that has kept us looking up at the stars, listening for another whisper ever since. What do you think? Was it a passing comet, a glitch in the system, or our first and only hello from an alien civilization? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into one of science's greatest mysteries, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the unknown. See you next time!